Hi everybody and welcome to Connecting Japan's first video of the year. I'm Julie and behind me here is my co-worker Dale, Charlotte. James is not here at the moment because he's working really hard. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the Prime Minister that came in October last year, a little bit about her, some of the policies that she's brought in and what that means for those who are coming to Japan in the near future or are planning to stay in Japan for a period of time, or those who are living here currently, and anything that affects the Japanese themselves as well. So let's jump into it. So Takaichi Sanae was born on the 7th of March 1961. She became PM in October 2025 and replaced Fumio Kishida after he stepped down. And she's also the Commander-in-Chief of Japan's Self-Defense Forces, which is, in a nutshell, military. So how do they elect their prime ministers? Well, their government is called the Diet. It looks like diet, but it's said Diet. And they nominate through the members in the House of Representatives. So one of the most important conditions to be a prime minister, obviously Japanese, and you also have to be a House of Representative member as well. And then these names are brought forward and they're chosen, and then they're formally appointed by the emperor himself. So it's sort of a symbolic thing actually, but it is an important part because Japan still has a monarchy. So no sooner as she came in that there was a lot of things that she changed that have happened since that time. The wages of workers have been increased. This is to bring it into line with some of the inflation and cost of living situation in Japan, to make it a lot easier for their citizens and obviously the foreign nationals that work there, and some tax cuts in terms of petrol and the income. And also with all the money they have obviously get from that, it'll help them provide things like strengthening the defences, assisting in maternity leave, childcare, and ensuring women can return to the workforce. And of course, the immigration side of things that we're going to be talking about is tightening of any loopholes that currently exist in terms of foreign nationals working in Japan. There are a lot of conjectures about whether Japan really likes foreigners working there or does not. It depends on the narrative. Some media outlets will say a lot of Japanese don't feel comfortable with it. Others would say, yes, there is an acceptance to a certain degree because the population has lowered. It is now sitting at 123 million Japanese at this moment in time. And it looks like foreigners will increase to 10% in 2040, according to Japan Today's figures that they have gotten from certain outlets have said. That 10% has already exceeded in certain country areas of Japan where older generations are living and social services and other infrastructure is needed, and they need foreigners to fill those voids. It's one of those things. So at the moment, how many foreigners are living in Japan? Conservative figures tell us 3.9 million are living there, predominantly from the Republic of China, Vietnam, and South Korea. Majority of them are in the areas of engineers, international workers, and of course in the tech intern program sector as well. So some of the issues that they're coming across with immigration and so forth is ensuring that everybody sticks to the rules in terms of what they are to do on their visas. Now, we can't do that here. If we were moving to Japan, we might have a discussion about that. But basically, there's about 60 different types of visas in there, and each one of them has a specific condition, and they are based on how long that you are in Japan. Majority of them are a year plus. Some more like the social media people who go over there for a period of time, their special digital visa, that is 6 months. And then there's a review of that. Obviously, when you do come to Japan, there are a few things you must have, which is the same everywhere. The amount of money that you have, it's important that you have means to support yourself, and also paying your taxes and making sure that you also pay the national insurance in Japan as well. Now, organizations like mission organizations and that, they have their own sorts of insurances. But when you come to Japan, you need to be able to pay that as well. So there are some of the things that they call public obligations. So that's very important. So when people come to Japan, they're seen as doing the right thing. Some of the changes to that could be culture and language proficiency. So what does that mean? And do we have any definitions? Actually, at this stage, we don't. But generally, as a rule, when you go to Japan, most jobs actually ask that you have a certain level of Japanese language proficiency test. We've talked about this quite a few times. N5 is absolute beginner, N4 is beginner, and N3 is sort of like the more comfortable point in a lot of sectors. This is particularly true for the engineers we've just mentioned. N3 is the comfortable area for that. More for the corporate side of things, the highest would be N2. And of course, if you want to be a master of Japanese, N1 is the top-notch one. The higher you are, the more chances you get of getting jobs and getting a better inroad into different industries in Japan. So, of course, there will be, of course, at the moment, they're trying to figure out a way of trying to slimline this, but there are a lot of different visas, and some of them, like the specialized workers, they all have different rules. But as it is, you can do a certain amount of part-time work. Usually it's anywhere between 20 to 25, maybe a little bit more in some areas. And in your chosen job, you have a certain amount as well. So these are the non-negotiables. So obviously there are people out there that break the rules and also illegally work. So unfortunately, there's a small portion of people out there that are breaking the rules, and in this regard, obviously, the Japanese government has to act. So in saying that is, what will happen to foreign nationals and travelers into the future? So if you're planning to travel into the future, obviously, currently right now, the departure tax will go up to 3,000 yen. That will already happen. So going into Japan this year, the departure tax will be that. Japanese will not be exempt either, but they will get their passports cheaper. Now, that would be really cool if we could get cheaper passports. But unfortunately in Australia, if you're looking at a passport right now of the filming of this, it's 422 Australian dollars. So yeah, I think Japan's on a little bit of a winner with this, with the high departure tax, but also they're making their passports cheaper to offset it. So that's really great. Of course, the visas to live in Japan, if it's over a year, it will possibly, and this is not set in stone yet, 40,000 yen, and for permanent residency, it's 100,000 yen. Yes, like I said, the language and cultural proficiency may mean some kind of training. I think that, like, most of them already covered that, but the cultural proficiency obviously means that understanding of cultural construct in Japan. So we might do some dramatic videos of some of those cultural observances. There are specific terms and phrases that is said when you come home, when you go to the shops, those sort of things. More or less the things where you have interactions with Japanese, whether it's shopping, coming to work, or whether you're entering a Japanese person's home. We might cover those in later videos. So these are sort of the things they're talking about. They're talking about trying to find a workable situation, a strategic situation where Japanese and the foreign nationals that not only live there, but the tourists that come, we're trying to find a happy medium. So what will happen into 2028, what they're actually doing is a digital version of what many countries in the world are actually having. As you know, ESTA, that is the English visa. USTA is the American one. This one is called JESTA, J-E-S-T-A. Is going to be a 3,000 yen cost to apply for that, and that will be enacted probably, we don't know much more information, but 2028. If you guys didn't know, we're going to Thailand this year. We also have to upload their specific digital footprint in terms of the visa as well, and pay a cost that's in Australian dollars. So this is the way that Japan is going as well. Obviously, if they find anything about your, whether you're moving to Japan or you're going on a holiday and they find something that is not quite right, you won't even get on the plane. Pretty much that's what Japan Today has said. That YouTube video is called Long One. So there's a breakdown in the link that we give you about what parts you want to look at, so you can check that out for yourselves. Pretty much that's all that we can give you about it at the moment. There are a lot of uncertainties, but one of the important things that one of the organizations in Japan has said, Keidan Ren, has encouraged the Japanese government to try and find workable solutions to encourage foreign nationals and tourism, but not to put one thing above the other, and ensure that Japan is a safe and enjoyable country to visit. So, of course, we all know here, because we've all talked about it on YouTube videos here with Connecting Japan, be the best version of the tourist and foreign national. If you're planning to move to Japan, you can be. Remembering that you are representing your country, and ensure that you have done as much research and homework as you can. And yes, we will all must make mistakes, and Japanese people are very much give you a free pass to a certain degree on some things, but ensure that you just give them the love and respect that they deserve. After all, it's their country. This is our video this for the January. Don't forget to check our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and of course you're watching us here. The website is still going to be workable for a while. Hopefully we give you some more. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for those who have wished us our 7th year anniversary. We really appreciate that. We've come a long way since we first started doing this. And from all of us, ciao Martine, and we'll see you in the next video.